Good morning, all. Welcome. I just realised I had a typo there, so I'll just quickly fix my typo. It's the 26th of November, 2026, episode 34. And, let's just get straight into it. Good morning, young Mike. Where are you? There you are.
Morning.
Hello, good morning, Mike. And a big shout out also to our good sponsor, Mr. Josh Flavel, who's over in South Africa enjoying the old pint or three of Castle Light. So to help him pay for his trip, get down to his supermarket, buy a couple of pounds of mints, and he might come on and give us a rundown on the show, hopefully at some point, of how the tour to South Africa is going. He might bring back some wildebeest or something to sell on the West Coast. What do you reckon?
Yeah, what a chance in a lifetime to get over to the People's Republic and get away from the shop for a while. I'm sure his shop will be in good hands, but he'll be having the time of his life.
Oh, yes, the general manager, she'll be looking after it quite well. I'm sure about that, and I bet you she's quite happy that he's gone away for a couple of weeks as well. So, good segue into that, isn't it? Talking about South Africa. So let's just jump straight in, and we'll have a quick look at this morning's result. Wow. That was a wake-up call for the dirt trackers, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they found a way to win, didn't they? I thought Ethan Blackadder and Rico Ioane were exceptional. A couple of other players got found out in certain areas, but I'm picking that the high standards that Dave Rennie holds, he won't be happy with it, and he'll find ways to improve heading into the second test.
Yeah, no, totally. I thought Ethan Blackadder was outstanding for New Zealand, and for the All Blacks, and I just want to give a quick shout out because I don't normally comment on Marty Banks' page, but please get your facts right to say, his first try in a black jersey. Before this game, Ethan Blackadder has already scored three tries in an all-black jersey. So, stop just trying to jump onto some sort of bandwagon. If you're going to post stuff, try and get it right, not completely 100% wrong. Thank you. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. If I'm talking shit, throw your comments in the comments and tell us how much shit we're talking. But anyway, any of these guys put their hands up for the second test?
I'd like to see Rico Ioane within the 23 definitely, and maybe now that Anton Segner's had surgery and is on the next plane home, I'd like to see Ethan Blackadder be given a shot too. He needs to be thrown back into that environment, and I'm pretty sure he is. But he's as fit as he'll ever be, and I'm pretty sure he will go well if given the shot.
Yeah, I bet you Duplessis Carriffy's a bit thing on it, getting that head knock in the weekend, because he could have been straight on the plane back over there for the next couple of weeks, couldn't have he had?
Oh, maybe, but I'm hearing reports that they've said that they're not going to bring anyone else in, so we'll just wait for the official media release around that.
Well, they're flowing they've almost flown a whole nother bloody team over there, haven't they? So that was an interesting one. And a good point there too is you've got Frankie Horn there and Ethan Blackadder, both scoring tries in this game this morning. Bit of a train spotting thing. Both their fathers played against each other back in 1996 in the corresponding fixture. So that's quite a bit of fun there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's bred from exceptional bloodlines as Ethan, and if he's as any good as his dad was, he's got a bright future.
Oh, totally, and he's still young. And as they were saying, they've already named the Springbok team for the second test, and Andre Pollard, been around for a million years. He's only 32, so he's still got 3 or 4 years still left in him, maybe even 2 World Cups. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have him and the other number 9 that they've changed. I'm surprised they weren't named in the first test. Andre Pollard's a class first 5. He's probably one of the best in the world, if not the best. Maybe that's probably a bold call, and he's a very exceptional goal kicker. He doesn't miss many.
Yeah, true. And I'll tell you who was missing from that awesome test match in the weekend was Umgumzula, the number 10. I thought he was meant to be the next Dan Carter, the way they've been talking about him. You had Chelson Colby taking the kicks and all that sort of rubbish going on. It was like, yeah, they're number 10. He's on the bench, but yeah, he got found out big time, didn't he?
Yeah, well, they've always been a good breeder of number 10s. If we go back a number of years, Henry Honeyball was playing for the Natal Sharks. He was probably one of the best going around in that era. And yeah, they've just managed to blood some exceptional quality number 10s, which is really good.
Yeah, no, that's true. But anyhow, I jokingly said on a couple of media channels last week, All Blacks by 20. Everyone laughed at me. Hey, I'll take 17. That's pretty close enough to 20.
Yeah, yeah. I think. Yeah. Well, I mean, a win's a win, no matter how you get it. But I think we're going to see a different Springbok side this week.
Well, I actually expect the All Blacks to win by 10 points. There you go. There's my tip for the week for the second test. I think, a 10-point win. Because, I don't know, surely, it's very rare for All Black teams to put in back-to-back performances like we just saw this morning, even though it was like a Barbarians game and who gave a hoot. And unfortunately, there was like nobody at the ground to watch the game. So, well, there were a few people there, but it was pretty empty. But disappointing, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've had some. Well, traditionally, the South Africans have turned out in force for their pictures like this, but yeah, it was a bit disappointing. But you can't beat Alice Park.
Yeah, right. So that's enough of the All Blacks. Let's get into the real rugby, the people's rugby, and only because I can do shorts here, for some reason. It only gives me shorts in when it does its shorts with you. So it says, not that, but it's me talking and you just sitting there listening. So basically what I'm going to say is start short clip now, because that's what it said, because we'll just jump straight into the results from the Heartland weekend. And wow, really? The TAB had suspended all betting on North Otago, and Buller, who I've been ringing that guy for a few hours and he hasn't been answering. They got up celebrating Midi Kalakabichi's and Anthony Ellis's 100th games and Joel Hand's 50th game, who got a yellow card. But they got up by 22-21. For a very famous victory, first one in 10 years against North Otago. Oh, since 2017, let's be correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I actually watched the stream of it yesterday. A very special occasion for Buller, and to get the one in front of their faithful at Westport there. No doubt they would have celebrated well into the night, and good on Craig for getting the best out of his fellas. He's an exceptional fella, that Craig, and looking forward to catching up with him in a couple of weeks when they come over here.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a great performance, and the weather came to the party as well. Like right in that last 5-10 minutes there, when the weather did start packing up, but it was a big win, and and it sort of. Sure they had a shocker against Thames in round one, but hey, they bounced back and that shows a lot of heart and a lot of guts and pride, really, in what they were trying to achieve. King Country were hosting Thames Valley Swamp Foxes, i.e., who demolished Buller the previous week, defending the Bill Osborne Taonga, and wow. Quinn Collard on fire against Buller. Only picked up bugger all points, I think 14 points, I think it was, off the boot and a couple of tries. But King Country, wow, celebrating Bevan Brown Sr., who passed away, rest in peace, celebrating his life there on Saturday. And big win for the Rams over the Swampies.
yeah, very emotional day for King Country Rugby, celebrating one of the legends who gave so much to the game. King Country are absolutely flying at the moment. I expect them to be in the top 6 at the end of the round robin. Some good individual performances. Thames Valley will be probably disappointed with that. They probably could have played better, to be fair.
Yeah, well, they should have after, showing a lot of promise from the week before. You were on the ground. My Bush boys were down your way, taking on Mid Canterbury Hammers, and well, 2019, you'll be happy with the win, but Wairarapa Bush gave you a bit of a hand there with a few yellow cards.
Yeah, a windy old day at the showgrounds. The nor'easter was in full force. By the time I got over to the other side, you got White Bush already had one in the bin, so I missed that. But yeah, when I messaged you and said, "Here come the Bush," I actually thought they were going to pull off a comeback, but the boys dug deep and they got the win. I was talking to Matt Winter after the game, and he said, "Well, a win's a win, no matter how you get it." So I think we've pretty much come through the game unscathed. There may be a question mark around one person, maybe two people, but yeah, it was good to catch up with Aniakatia and Mr. Bumawai, and we had our cultural day down here, so we had a lot of food stalls, and they got around that and had a big feed, and then had another big feed, and jumped on the bus at 4:30 and headed to Christchurch Airport.
Yeah, no, and that's the shame now with all these earlier kickoffs, isn't it? We're seeing the death of the aftermatch, aren't we?
Yeah, well, it kind of felt to me that the aftermatch was a bit rushed, or maybe it wasn't, but sit down and have a beer, and then have a chance to socialise with each other, and then it's all aboard the bus. But no, it was good to see them. Tanya made the trip down and was floating around there, and it was a good day. They're very humble people.
Yeah, no, I mean they've had a hell of a start too. 2 games on the road to kick off their season, so they're back at home this week and taking on Horowhenua, who went up to Poverty Bay, whom have had quite a wood on the boys from the coast for quite a while, and it's like not an easy game to win up in Gisborne. But Horowhenua bounced back from losing Bill Osborne and got the win up there in Gisborne, 29-12.
Yeah, we're always expecting them to bounce back after the first round loss. But they'll take a lot out of that and moving forward into round 3, sorry.
Yeah. And then we had the Stallions taking on the woeful Coasters. I'm sorry, I know I am still a fan of the red and white, but they're not mic'd at the moment, are they? 85 points to 10, second highest score by South Canterbury against anybody. Tane Cordell Hull, most conversions in a game by a South Cantabrian, 10 in 100 million years. So West Coast picked the wrong 4 imports again by the looks of things.
Yeah, tough day at Fraser Park for the Coast boys. South Canterbury aren't doing much wrong at the moment. They've got a lot of quality players throughout their squad this year, and they seem to have picked more throughout the back line especially. Got a couple of new coaches. Luke Rayhana, I'm pretty sure he comes out of Smoker, and Andre Dejoux out of Marist Albion. So, as I said to you last night, they're looking very strong. They're paying $350 to win the Meads Cup, which is great money, and I'm expecting them to be there, within the top 4 at the end of the round robin.
Yeah, they'll be there sniffing, and joining them will be Wanganui. They got off to another flyer. This actually could have been a higher scoring game, but after speaking with my mate Jared up there, as he pointed out the week before, they had all their old heads on the bench and then brought them on later in the game, and they broke away for the big win. And now this week they had all the old heads on the bench and then brought all the debutantes off the bench, and that sort of slowed the game down a bit. But 59-10, so Wanganui are looking quite strong too, aren't they?
Yeah. They've got another team that's got a lot of new players this year, but have also got a lot of very experienced players. Dane Whale, Lindsay Horrocks, Aleki Vakarogo, just try-scoring machines, and I'm pretty sure he brought up his 50 tries, but he's still got a wee way to go to get to Kalavini Leotagaga's record of, I think it's 63 for South Canterbury. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. So, so with South Canterbury, you know, we've got the three unbeaten teams there at the moment, sitting on top with South Canterbury, Wanganui, and King Country, and then coming up behind Horowhenua and who are sitting there in clear fourth already. And then we've got the Lahore Cup place teams of Thames, North Otago, Mid Canterbury. Buller must be still pinching themselves because they did pick up a bonus point way back when. And, of course, Wairarapa, who, you know, sure they had that messy win in Gisborne in round one. I was a bit that Mid Canterbury took that penalty and took away the bonus point, but I won't say anything about that. And then, of course, we've got Poverty Bay, and then we've got the coasts at the bottom. But West Coast must be really considering what to do next, you know, after two games and already having a differential of minus 116. Again, who had their what bookie put them at $12.50 at the start of the season to win the Meads Cup? I bet you there was a few questions. Well, I know I raised it, thinking, how did they come up with $12.50? But anyhow, so that's the table. So we'll have a look at who is actually leading. And as you can see there, went through the stats this morning. So Quinn Collard, as I said, he's still holding the top spot. Juan Tantrum, they're just a couple of points behind. Zane Ainsley, he's picked up 4 tries so far. So he's sort of out of the blocks quite well and also kicking the balls. As I said, Tane Cordell-Hull, he's there purely on his kicking. And then, of course, we got a couple of South Canterbury players there, Latuvano and Zach Zoanakula from Wanganui, all sitting on 4 points. And then, of course, at the bottom there, we do have a representative from the coast with Quinn Johnson in equal 10th place, sitting there with 3 tries. So it'll be, I mean, it's starting to already sort of sort itself out, is what I'm trying to say with this table of who we're seeing in the top tiers and who will be near the end doing the difference. Because, you know, if Quinn Collard and Tantrum can stay healthy, it's hard not to think maybe even a Thames Wanganui final.
Yeah, don't say that. It's a bit early to say that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but you know, why not? If I'm wrong, put it in the comments, people.
Yeah, no, they're both very experienced goal kickers and very good goal kickers, but so is Tom Riki. Oh
yes, and shout out to him. He had a great game in the weekend, didn't he? Back on the table there, he's sitting on 18 points, and of course they've got the match this week, which we will get to in a moment, which I'm sure they will be okay with. So we'll look at this round 3. All games, well, the East Coast game actually kicks off at 2:30. But all the other games are at 1 o'clock. So we'll just kick off with the 2:30 game first. So Ngāti Pro, East Coast taking on Mid Canterbury. I haven't got any fancy graphics at the moment this week. I've been a bit busy with some server issues. So East Coast, the boys in blue, do it against the Hammers.
Yeah, another big road trip, couple of nights away for the lads. I'm expecting them to go up there and win. They need 5 points, no less. But yeah, East Coast, you know, you can't write them off. They'll be hurting up, you know, two games, 2 losses. But I'm expecting the Hammers to win by 15.
Yeah, okay. Well, just for the heck of it, and because, you know, you're sitting there wearing all your Hammers free gear that you get this year, I'm going to go East Coast, and I'm going to say East Coast 7 and under. There you go. They're going to feed them up with a bit of parlour, bit of lobster before the game, and and get up. So yeah, I'm going to go East Coast just for for the shits and giggles, really. And if I can say I told you so next week. North Otago will be hosting King Country there down in Oamaru, 1 o'clock. This is pretty much probably the game of the round for me.
Yeah, I think you're right. Big road trip for the King Country Rams. Well, I told you last night that they're going to smash North Otago, and I'm going to stand by it. They're going to win by 15, I think.
Well, I only because of the performance they put up against you fellas in round one, I'm going to go North Otago. This is a make or break game. You know, you win this, and North Otago have to bounce back after their defeat to Buller. They'll be really hurting on that one. So I'll go North Otago 12 and under, or 13 and under, as the TAB sees it. So, okay, so I'm going home, you're going away. So let's have a look at this next away game. Buller boys on the road for a couple of days, I hear, on their way to Timaru. And hopefully they don't drown on the way with all the weather down there. So South Canterbury taking on the Giant Killers, the Buller boys.
Yeah, another big road trip, isn't it? Easy some travel involved this year. Yeah, well, you know which way I'm going to go, but
yeah. I mean, I'd love to say go Buller and all that, but after the way West Coast were put to the sword last weekend, if they can stay within 50 points.
I think if Buller can go in there and get a bonus point, and just play their game, you know, but you know, they don't need to be doing anything special.
Yeah, I mean, they walked away from 10s with a try bonus, didn't they? You know, so why not just go? Okay, let's target the 4 tries, and what happens. Because you know, bounce of the ball, anything could happen. So okay, so we're both picking South Canterbury, and we're both picking Buller to pick up a try bonus point.
Yeah, I think it's fair call.
Yeah, okay. And then we got the Bush boys playing Horowhenua Kapiti. Well, it's not Trust House Memorial Park anymore. It's just Soldiers Field. They've gone back to the original name of the park. So they're taking on Horowhenua Kapiti for the PGG Rights and Cup, and bragging rights, of course, for the Central Region. And I think, both teams 1-1. Wairarapa Bush at home, first home game of the season on the artificial turf. Woo! I'll have to say Wairarapa Bush, 12 and under.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bush to win this. If they've come through the game with us on the weekend with no injuries, and they can keep their discipline in check, and you know, stay away from the yellow cards, I think they'll win, and they'll win by 10 and under.
Yeah, I think so too. And then, of course, Wanganui, back-to-back home games to them at Cook's Gardens, taking on the Wicker of Poverty Bay, who are coming off. They've had 2 defeats. Against I can't even remember now. Horowhenua and Wairarapa Bush. So another sort of, mid-northern, central New Zealand, North Island battle. Wanganui, I think, will win this by 20 plus.
Yeah, that's a fair call. If Poverty Bay can come away with a bonus point, well, that'll be all she wrote, I think. But yeah, Wanganui are fair flying at the moment.
Yeah. And a big shout out to my mate David May, new RDO there or game development manager up there in Poverty Bay. Provided the shirts for us here at Rugby Heartland. So congratulations, Dave, on your position. And then we've got West Coast taking on Thames down there at John Sturgeon Park. They're playing for the stupidest name for a trophy called The Game. I don't know why they call it that, but I just think it's a dumb name. They've had plenty of legends from Thames and West Coast that it could have been named after. Thames Valley, Yeah, are they going to inflict more misery on the boys from the coast?
I think so. Yeah, they'll be ruining after that loss to King Country in the weekend. Yeah, I'm expecting 25 points plus, I guess. Yeah, a bit of a shame, really, but
Yeah,
some teams go through rebuilding phases, and I think maybe the coast are just in one of those at the moment. I can't really comment because I'm not really up with the play, but yeah.
yeah. Well, the other thing is too, it's round 3. They've used 8 loan players as far as I can tell. So they've still got, from what I've heard, 3 or 4 more loan players. So we'll probably see them take the field this weekend. We'll know when the squads are announced later in the week. So, yeah, I'll take Thames to win. Sorry, Coasters. I know you'll
Just
pile
a
on.
wee, just a wee thing about the squad announcements. Obviously, they're announced at a certain day at a certain time, but there's some unions that will upload their team lists into Rugby Explorer on a Thursday night, and early Friday morning. So for people that are eager to see who's playing, you don't really need to wait till Friday 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true as well. And keep an eye out for the player called Name Withheld. He's playing really well this season. He scored plenty of tries and points. I say get him in the All Blacks if he's that great. And if you don't know who Name Withheld is, check out Rugby Explorer because you'll see his name on all the socials the following day anyway. So I don't know why his name's withheld from that system. It's a bit like social media, isn't it? Oh, let's give more data. No, you're not going to see my data, but everyone gets the data. So it's dumb.
Trust me, mate, it's been a problem all year.
I know. Club rugby, there was one guy called Name Withheld scored 10 tries one day. I thought, gee, he's pretty good. So, NPC, how good was Northland winning the Shield last week?
Oh, absolute scenes in Canterbury. I think I picked them. I can't even remember. But yeah, the Canterbury team were a bit humbled, weren't they? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Northland went down there with nothing to lose and everything to gain, and yeah, there's just just a clinic, really.
Yeah, well, the old clip screen from now. I don't know why this will pick those words up, but let's start talking about NPC. So kicks off Thursday night. Southland taking on Hawke's Bay down there in Invercargill. Oh, that's going to be a cold night, that one. Will the weather play a part in this game, do you think? Do you think Hawke's Bay might go, oh, this is a bit nippy?
Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure. Like, Southland probably aren't performing as well as they could be. We yet to see Michael Manson back on the wing. I'm expecting Hawke's Bay to win pretty convincingly. I think I'll go 15 and over.
Okay, well, to Hawke's Bay. Yeah. I mean, this could be a banana skin for Hawke's Bay, so I'll go Southland to take this one out. I did send through some messages earlier, didn't I, to you guys about who my picks were. I can't remember exactly whom I said they were going to be. Oh, I did say Hawke's Bay by 22 on the old Super Brew tipping comp, but oh well. We move to the next game, Auckland Bay of Plenty. I don't believe I'm saying this. Auckland by 8.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll go Bay of Plenty by 12 and under.
12 and under. Yeah, well, it's like, oh my God, yeah. Hopefully they'll bring up a few comments because I don't, I normally do not pick Auckland, but they've got to do something, and they can't. Oh, well, I mean, they can go 3-0, 0-3, and that wouldn't bother me. Taranaki, Canterbury. Well, I think Canterbury will be really spitting about losing the Shield and having their first loss, but they are playing up there in New Plymouth. I I'm going to still though go Canterbury to take this out by 12 points.
I'm going to go Canterbury. Taranaki 12 and under.
Yeah, so to me, there's just something not right there at Taranaki though at the moment, isn't there? So
yeah, it's been well publicised. They've had a lot of trouble with illness and injury, and but I think if Taranaki are anywhere near full strength, they're capable of winning it.
Yep. And that's on, of course, 2:00 Saturday afternoon. 7:00 game, so nothing in between there. Well, actually, we've got two. Have we got two games on at 7:00? Oh, that must be a typo there. I just need to double check this Otago Waikato game because the graphic from Provincial Rugby says both games kick off at 7, so that must be a 4:05 kickoff or something. I'll just quickly bring that up just to double check for you people.
Or maybe a 5:05 can kick off on them.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. And of course, the studio. Oh, there we go. Yes, 5:05 kickoff. So Otago under the roof hosting the Mooloos. I'm going Otago to win this by 8 points.
Yeah, Otago all day for me. In front of their faithful fans, they'll be there in force.
They certainly will, and after all of that, what do you call it? After their performance against Wellington last weekend, they'll be fizzing because Wellington, even though they're toothless, should have done a lot better than that. Manawatu taking on North Harbour. That's the 7:00 game on Saturday night at Palmerston North. And I'm actually going to go Manawatu to win this by 8 points.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go North Harbour by 15. I think the brand of footy they're playing at the moment is pretty good, and they've been driven around the park by a certain Bryn Hall, who's very, very experienced and got a lot of caps for his region. So, yeah, North Harbour for me in that one.
Yeah, well, and congratulations to the couple of North Harbour boys that have been named in the Fijian national side as well for the upcoming Pacific Nations Cup. So I don't know when they jump on a plane and bugger off, but, if that's the problem, if you start having players that are playing well, they get recognised by their international union and may have to jump on a plane, and that could affect the way teams play. Saturday afternoon here in Wellington. Wow, Wellington taking on Counties, the two winless teams of the season so far. Wellington have got to do something. I mean, if they cannot beat Counties by 10 points at least, sack the coaching team.
Well, I know you're going to go Wellington, so I'm going to go Counties to record their first win of the season. Obviously, Dupity Griffey's under HOA protocols after the big hit last weekend. He didn't look healthy at all, but I'm going Counties by 10 and under.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you missed it or if my voice didn't come through properly, but I did say Wellington by 10 will sack the coaches. Just sack the coaches. I tell you, the brand of rugby Wellington's playing at the moment is just, from a total fan, not happy to watch. And if they think they're going to get people there on a Sunday afternoon at 2:00 to watch a game in an empty stadium that costs $100 million to get into, crazy.
Why can't they? Why can't they sell $10 tickets in the middle of town like Otago Rugby are doing? I mean, that's a great incentive.
It's a bloody brilliant incentive. But then when it costs $50 million to turn on the scoreboard and all that sort of stuff, I mean, I don't have a problem with them playing at the stadium, but they've got to make it affordable. They really do. I know Henry, the sponsors of the stadium, delved deep into the contracts and found that Wellington had to play there until 2030. And I don't have a problem with that because that was, the whole reason they built the stadium, because of getting rid of Athletic Park. But Yeah, I mean, you look at the crowds in South Africa, you look at the crowds, they're saying, oh, all the crowd numbers are up. Really? Take out the new Takaha Stadium, and now let's see what the crowd numbers are like. You know what I mean? It's quite easy to go 100% when you only had 50 people looking at games anyway last year. You have a new stadium of 10,000 people. Well, that's going to really pump up the percentage of people at grounds, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, but then we get a Ranfurly Shield Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock. So this is going to be a bit of fun up there at Seminoff Stadium in Whangarei. Northland Taniwha taking on the Mako. So Taniwha versus Mako. Northland to defend the Shield by 6 points.
Yeah, I'm picking Northland to win this. I pretty much come out and said it the minute that this fixture was announced. They're looking very, very strong this year, and I'm picking them to keep the Shield for another week. But Tasman's got some pretty good players.
They certainly have, and now of course it's the first Shield defence in 48 years. Most of the people that will be there weren't even born yet. Last time they were there, I believe, Okara Park, 38,000 people.
Mm.
If the weather is fine, can we say there'll be 20,000 people at Whangarei for this game?
I have no doubt that the fans will come out in force. They're a very loyal bunch of fans, and what the Northern Rugby Union's doing on their social media is exceptional. So they'll come out in force. 5 o'clock Sunday won't worry them. If they keep the Shield, they'll have a few beers and get up and go to work on Monday.
Yeah, no, and I do admit at the moment on social media, on Facebook, I don't know about the Instagram and all that stuff, but Northland, you've got to give it to them, the way they plant their flag all over the country. It is just gold, absolute gold to see how they're taking that, and the person behind it really needs a decent pat on the back, because I look forward to what they got coming up. And this week, what is it? A takeoff of the Jaws poster. So, last week it was the Taniwha sharing the lamb, and they got that dead on correct. So, but no, that's going to be an awesome matchup. And then really to round out the show, Farah Palmer Cup kicks off this weekend. So take note, Sky TV. And it only clicked on me when I thought about it, watching their breakdown show of the wrap-up of the weekend's rugby. I now know why they're not telling us what's on Heartland results. And it is because they're not showing the games. They'll talk about Farah Palmer Cup. They'll talk about All-Picky. They'll talk about Super Rugby. They'll talk about the All Blacks. They'll talk about NPC. Again, I put a thing out there. You will be talking about the Farah Palmer Cup on Sunday night. Give us, please, tell the whole country what the Heartland results are. It's not that hard. It takes 5 minutes. All you have to do is put the wrong logos on the bottom like you did last year, but at least we know the words are correct and the scoreline may be correct. So please give the people all the rugby, not just what you show on your channel. But Counties taking on Waikato up there, 2 o'clock kickoff. So we've got no idea really, So we'll just go, I'll go Waikato to win this.
Yeah, I don't really follow the Farah Palmer Cup because I'm all about the Heartland, but it's so good to see the Guilds back in action for another year. Yeah.
Manawatu taking on Bay of Plenty, and Canterbury taking on Auckland, which is the big game, I suppose. That's in the Premiership. I'll go Manawatu and Canterbury there. I just think Manawatu will be too strong for the Volcanics, and Canterbury they're Canterbury, and they're always good. And then in the Championship, we've got Hawke's Bay taking on North Harbour, Tasman taking on Northlands, and Otago taking on Wellington. It is interesting that all these games are on about 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, good spread of time. Why have they not tried to mirror these games with the NPC, is my point.
Yeah, fair point, to be fair. I'm presuming there'll be televised games out of this competition, but not Heartland, so what does that tell you?
Well, I know. I mean, but though, Otago taking on Wellington, right? I know it's in the premiership. I just think this whole championship, premiership thing's rubbish. But they could have had Otago playing Waikato, and the boys and the girls could have been on the same plane down to Otago. Counties could have been travelling down to Wellington to play Wellington. It's all the same teams. They could have actually, mirrored the games and had a full head-to-head Parapama versus NPC coverage. That's just my thought. But anyway, that's enough bitching, I suppose. I don't think I had anything else there. No, I didn't. So, yeah, another good show. I know you have to shoot the gap, but any parting words from Ashburton? Has the weather hit yet?
Yeah, we're expecting, there's 24 hours of rain on the forecast, so yeah, but we've had a great couple of days. Like yesterday we had 21 degrees and all that sort of carry on, so yeah, no, but we're getting into the near the halfway point of the People's Rugby, the Hilux Heartland competition, so it's full steam ahead, and yeah, expecting some more upsets and what have you, so.
Yeah, and we've got to give a shout out. We've got to give a shout out to our good mate Donnie, who's I think still over on the Gold Coast. Hopefully, we'll be hearing his dulcet tones on a few of these live streams that we'll share on a Saturday afternoon coming up with, especially with your lot over there and down there in Mid Canterbury. He's going to do a few of the commentaries.
Yeah, hopefully get him on. So watch the space.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get him on the show as well again. It's been a long time between drinks. But anyway, I suppose that's about it. We'll end the show and chat with everyone later. I've got to go and get all my data and stats ready for the weekend. So stay tuned to that on our Facebook page. Until next week, we'll catch you all later.
No worries. See you later, mate.
Okay.